So Supreme, Zoomies, Thrasher Skater of the Year 2022 is an absolute joke. What is the purpose of having a selection of dudes for SOTY that gets cut down into a final four if the voting literally means nothing? Like, why even nominate Nyjah at all? It's just cruel at this point. Clearly there is nothing he could ever do on a skateboard or on planet Earth that would ever grant him SOTY. This has been made absolutely clear by the cool crowd. Because if there was, this would have been it. Literally the craziest street rail part in skate history. His 12-minute part was absolutely undeniable. Anyone who disagrees with this is delusional or is trash at skating and doesn't know the difference either way around. They've probably never skated a handrail in their life. Nose grind 26 stairs for filler for a 12-minute fucking part. Nollie front feebling like 19s. Cab back lips on like 17s with death drops on the other side and a vast selection of NBDs like switch heel front Smith a good size rail. Like, dude, it's genuinely sad. Seriously though, fuck Thrasher, fuck the haters trying to prove how core and cool they are. It's biased, it's delusional. It's not right, like for real. Chris Cole and Danny Way both have had 2 SOTY wins. I'm sorry, but Tyshawn is not in those ranks, in my opinion, of course. Nyjah is and should be, really, relatively speaking. But Tyshawn, the first year he won, he didn't even have a full part, if I remember correctly. He had a few spread out tricks in a Supreme video. Supreme has a company net worth of $3.2 billion. Anyways, he gets it for a few prominent tricks and clearly being on the right side of skateboard politics. Clearly. This year he released the footage for essentially one part spread as thin as possible with B-roll and Strobeckian nauseating filming making it seem more substantial and dramatic than it was. Nyjah footage in a Supreme Strobeck format would be literally 7 hours long. 10th of Jaws footage. It is literally a 10th of Jaws footage in length, if not less, and the vast majority of it seems to be at the same spots he's been skating in every single Supreme video he's been in for years. Objectively, there is a serious lack of spot variety in Tyshawn's footage compared to every other SOTY contender. That's objective fact. Yeah, his pop is utterly fucked. Best pop of all time, 100%. That shit's got pop. Shorty's shit. But that's not everything. That's only one category of skating, and Nyjah has him beat on many different levels. And the dude already won SOTY. Like, at very least, give it to Louis or TJ Rogers or something. That would have been at least a little more respectable and understandable. Like, this shit is just spitting in the faces of so much of the industry, and I know a lot of people are thinking the same thing behind closed doors or in the DMs. Skaters don't want to burn bridges and have a falling out with the cool crowds in the skate industry, so they play along. Nyjah derangement syndrome is one of the biggest virtue signals of skate culture. It proves how cool and hip you are. Look at his shorts. I can't believe he doesn't wear cut-off high waters and doesn't conform to the trends and has his own taste and style. What a jock-ass bitch. He's a robot. Or I just think he likes to do things properly and clean, and he's a perfectionist, and he'll continue to film a trick over and over and over until it looks the way he wants it to look. To say that that's a bad style is just an outright lie. I know that this makes me really uncool now, and I'm probably not going to be able to go to New York and skate with the really cool Supreme kids on the street that sells t-shirts and their clothing for like $90 a t-shirt type of dudes. You know, the really core skaters. How much of the $3.2 billion net worth of Supreme is from skaters, actual skaters buying their product, or it's just from hype beast, streetwear, kooks, and posers? A lot of it is from kooks and posers. Can you tell that I'm a little bit angry over this result? I know I'm a kook loser just like making a video on this, but I don't really care. The polls done on the 9 Club showed Nyjah with like a 70% lead. Every single dude on the 9 Club voted Nyjah at the time of the episode on it. 75% of the comments on Thrasher's Instagram don't back Tyshawn and claim that Nyjah was robbed. They're just probably not cool enough to understand why. But apparently the majority opinion of normal everyday skaters and skate fans means absolutely nothing. It's bullshit. I have zero respect for Thrasher at this point. They are basically a glorified Zoomy store product that's only stayed afloat by selling overpriced hoodies to posers and chicks that would have been wearing pink-laced etnies if they grew up in 1999. They have too much monopoly on what's cool or not in the skate industry. Transworld magazine in its prime was a far superior magazine. Transworld had a broad array of awards that it gave out each year. I think that helped a lot with the SOTY bias. It's a shame that 401 doesn't exist anymore as well. Thrasher uses so much footage on their website and doesn't pay people shit, yet gets brand recognition and sales off of it on the work and backs of random skaters. And Nyjah's shit with his dad and the abuse he went through growing up is pretty gnarly. The Steve-O interview podcast he did is pretty enlightening. I suggest you check it out if you're a Nyjah hater bitch. Nyjah being a major part of growing SLS and helping his broke family with his first SLS one is pretty sick and respectable. Like, the dude deserves some credit. The dude's been absolutely slaying everything for decades on every possible level, despite the superficial hate he gets every single day. Every single SLS win he has deserved. If you don't agree, you are objectively an idiot. Puts out rewatchable major historical parts. People like to shit on his sponsors. Half of the industry wears corporate shoe brands at this point and has some type of energy drink sponsor. So that as an argument against him is completely irrelevant. They just like to spite him for how incomprehensibly good he is. Nyjah haters are just haters for the sake of it. Most of their arguments are hypocritical. Tyshawn wears non-skater fits constantly and has short-ass shorts just like Nyjah. Anyways, Nyjah should have won. Period. Done. End of story.